Welcome to the Pencil Shark Podcast, helping you attack the blank page and have fun making better art. Today we're talking about perfectionism and how artists can overcome it. I'm going to share actual strategies that have helped me. Today's episode is brought to you by the many fallen erasers of the past. Millions of erasers die every year because of your mistakes. Be better. Be perfect. Perfectionism is an unhealthy obsession with holding yourself to an exceedingly high standard and a tendency to struggle with self-criticism. Simply put, you constantly think you're not good enough and you hate that. Growing up, I struggled with perfectionism. As soon as I saw a mistake in one of my drawings, I didn't like it anymore. Get it out of my face. All I see is flaws. Perfectionism is a form of self-sabotage that can prevent us from creating our best work. Some signs that you may be a perfectionist include setting unrealistic goals, having the fear of not being perfect on the first try, which causes you to procrastinate. You're too critical of mistakes, you rarely create art you're proud of, you shrug off compliments and forget to celebrate your success. You have a rigid all or nothing thinking. You engage in toxic comparisons. You frequently struggle with creative art block. You experience self-doubt, anxiety, and stress when things don't go according to plan. Ask your doctor if procrastination is right for you. Since perfectionism can hurt our productivity and creativity, let's talk about how to overcome it. All right, here it is. This is the big idea. Make friends with your mistakes. We need to make friends with our mistakes because here's why. Success requires mistakes. I saw this picture of a performer juggling plates on stage. I love it because behind him are steps leading up to the stage with many broken plates that the audience can't see. The caption says, "People won't see your struggle, they'll only see your success." We want the success of others right now, but we don't see the 20,000 hours it took for them to master their craft, or the hundreds or thousands of mistakes it took to get to where they are. CoreDev.com said, "A huge cause of perfectionism is failing to appreciate the amount of effort it takes to achieve greatness. You can't expect yourself to be an amazing athlete never having trained before, or to have Nobel Prize worthy ideas at the drop of a hat. Great results take time and effort and usually come from iterations of the original idea. Expecting perfection on the first try sets you up for failure and disappointment." Michael Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed."
And that is why I succeed.
Not only do we need to make friends with mistakes because success requires mistakes, but making friends with mistakes is part of a healthy growth mindset. I mentioned before how I used to see my mistakes in my drawings and then I wanted to just throw them away. Well, now I see mistakes in my art as growth. If I didn't grow, I wouldn't be able to spot those mistakes. I made a book called The Golden Unicorn. I love showing this book to people because I made it as a kid and it shows how far I've come. I'm not ashamed of this book. I celebrate it. Look how far I've come. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Every artist was first an amateur. The best artists remain students of art, continuing to learn, experiment, and improve." A growth mindset focuses on progress rather than perfection. A growth mindset sees mistakes as powerful learning experiences. A growth mindset isn't afraid to experiment and try new things, new methods, or new materials. A growth mindset doesn't see other artists as competition, but valuable resources to learn from. I highly recommend that you watch Bob Ross tutorials on YouTube. It's free. He consistently demonstrates self-compassion. Instead of focusing on mistakes, he focuses on learning from those mistakes.
And as you know, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Making friends with mistakes is one of the fastest ways to improve your art. One of my art teachers in college noticed my perfectionism was holding me back, so he made me use my wrong hand for 2 weeks. It was frustrating, but when I was allowed to use my correct hand, my art had improved drastically. Why? Because I wasn't afraid of messing up so much because I had gotten used to messing up for the last 2 weeks. Ironically, the less we are worried about making mistakes, the less we make mistakes. Amanda Ripley pointed out, the more drivers stare at potholes, the more likely they are to drive into them. Making friends with mistakes puts the fun back into creating. Perfectionism takes away the joy of creating because we're afraid of making mistakes. But making friends with mistakes is a form of self-compassion. Give yourself room to make many mistakes as you develop your skills. Enjoy the process of experimenting, making mistakes, and learning from them. There's no time to be paralyzed by fear of making mistakes when you're so focused on enjoying the process of learning from those mistakes. Perfectionism can lead to a never-ending cycle of reworking and nitpicking, but making friends with mistakes will help you overcome perfectionism and put the fun back into creating. Thank you so much for listening. I'm curious, is there any tricks that have helped you overcome your perfectionism?